where the U.S. military is helping the Iraqi army try to take back an important city from the terror group ISIS. Backed by U.S. ground and air support, convoys of Iraqi and Kurdish forces moved in on Mosul, Iraq's second largest city. Thousands of Iraqi troops face what could be their toughest battle since the withdrawal of U.S. military forces nearly 5 years ago. Mosul has been under the control of ISIS militants for 2 years. ISIS fighters have reduced much of the city to rubble.
Absolutely destroyed it. Very methodically, very deliberately, from one end to the other, knocked down everything, destroyed everything possible.
It's thought that there are between 3,000 to 5,000 ISIS fighters inside Mosul, and it's believed that they have laid explosives to protect themselves. The United Nations warned that as many as 1 million people in Mosul may be forced to flee the city. The Iraqi government has told civilians to stay inside their homes so they aren't caught in the crossfire. And humanitarian groups have set up emergency camps nearby. Okay, next up, more students are graduating from high school than ever before. The high school graduation rate reached an all-time high of 83% in the 2014 to 2015 school year, marking the 5th straight record-setting year. The president spoke about the new statistics released yesterday at a school in Washington, D.C., and urged students to set their goals even higher.
A high school education these days is not enough. By 2020, 2 out of 3 job openings require some form of higher education.
But overall, the U.S. lags behind several other countries in the world when it comes to high school graduation rates. And there's still a divide between white and minority students. White students have higher graduation rates. Okay, now there is still one more day until the final presidential debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. But some are not even waiting for that moment to cast their vote. They have made up their minds and are in line casting their ballot. Take a look at the long lines in Georgia as early voting began yesterday. Voting is also off to a good start in Ohio. About 100 people an hour are rolling through at this polling station. Students at Ohio State University camped out in tents overnight to make sure they were #1 in line.
We are just emerging as adults, we are able to vote, and these are policies that are going to follow us basically the rest of our lives. So we might as well get our say in it early so that we can kind of dictate how we want, the next upcoming years to play out.
Donald Trump says he expects to win the election next month, but if he loses, he said it won't be his fault.
Hillary is running for president in what looks like to many people a totally rigged election.
But lawmakers say Trump's claims are dangerous.
People are going to realize this was a free and a fair and open and honest election, notwithstanding what Donald Trump might say. And I think it's actually going to give people great faith and confidence in the outcome.
Hillary Clinton has been off the campaign trail preparing for the debate. But she has her own troubles with the use of a private email server while she was Secretary of State. Republican congressional leaders say FBI documents show a State Department Undersecretary, Patrick Kennedy, contacted an FBI official in 2015 to dispute the classification of a Clinton email about Benghazi, which was reclassified to secret. The Bureau official then asked Kennedy about requests for more FBI slots overseas at U.S. missions. The FBI says the classification was not changed and denied Republican claims that this was evidence of quid pro quo, meaning trading one favor for another. Things are definitely heating up, and Election Day on November 8th is fast approaching. But you guys can vote right now in our one-vote mock election, so make your voice heard, like these guys did at Harlan County High School in Baxter, Kentucky. It's just one of the schools gearing up. Very cool, guys, and don't forget to cast your ballot at onevote.com. Okay, coming up, one school eliminates a century-old tradition.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Hi, I'm Reed Alexander. You might know me as Neville Packerman from Nickelodeon's iCarly. Most of us don't know that 1 in 3 kids in America is overweight or obese. That's a lot of us. I've teamed up with an awesome organization, the Alliance for a Healthier Generation, and millions of kids across the country are joining us in making health a priority in their own lives and motivating schools and families to make those healthy changes too. Find out how you can be a part of the solution today by visiting healthiergeneration.org.
So Keith, I absolutely love school dances. Getting to hang out with your friends while rocking it out to some good music is clutch.
Yeah, I definitely agree, Ariel. But imagine if school dances didn't exist and you didn't even get to go to homecoming. Well, some schools are cutting out school dances completely as a form of punishment for underage drinking and other bad behaviors. Take a look. Who doesn't like to break it down every once in a while? Yeah, even the Prez likes to get his groove on. But what happens when the music gets shut down? Well, that's exactly what happened at Corona Del Mar High School in Los Angeles, where homecoming was canceled. The reason? Well, school administrators say some of their students were drinking and acting out at a high school football game recently, so officials shut down Corona Del Mar's homecoming dance. Principal Kathy Scott had a message for her students on Facebook.
As a consequence to the extremely inappropriate and totally inexcusable behavior, the homecoming activities have been canceled.
Some thought it wasn't fair to punish all the students because of the actions of a few, but other students say it sent the right message.
I think sometimes actions as big as that are necessary, even though it's a real bummer for, the students who weren't participating.
California isn't the only place where the dance was dashed. At Walpole High School south of Boston, student drinking at school dances forced the principal to cancel all dances except for prom.
Kind of takes away from the other kids because they want to have fun at the dance too.
In a statement, Walpole's principal said, "We are working together to move forward and address this age-old but increasingly pervasive issue head-on." The National Institute of Health says the percentage of high school students engaging in binge drinking, when someone drinks at least 4 alcoholic drinks in 2 hours, has actually declined over the past decade. But the percentage of students drinking at levels far beyond the binge threshold is a growing concern.
If it actually facilitates something positive, then it was the right decision. And if that doesn't happen, then you certainly could question whether it was the right call.
Now, what do you guys think? Should schools cancel dances to punish students? Head over to channel1.com to vote and weigh in.
Thank you, Keith. We'll have the results in our show later this week, so make sure you leave a comment letting us know why. Okay, up next, one woman takes a few swans on the flight of a lifetime. Not old enough to vote, but want your voice to be heard? Join the millions of young people making their choice for president in One Vote 2016, the largest mock election for students. From October 17th through the 21st, you can cast your vote at onevote.com. And don't think your vote matters? Well, guess what? You guys have correctly predicted the next president in all 5 past One Vote mock elections. Every year, lots of different kinds of birds migrate south to get away from the harsh winter and find food. Well, one conservationist is taking a pretty unique approach to help a group of rare swans make the trip safely. Tom Hansen has the story.
Europe's majestic Buick swans have an unlikely new co-pilot. 41-year-old Sasha Dench, with the help of a motorized paraglider, is joining their seasonal migration south. It's a 4,000-mile journey that begins in Russia's Arctic north and ends in England. Her mechanical wings are part of a bold effort to save the endangered species from the growing threat below. Hundreds are illegally shot out of the sky each year, and the land they breed in is being built on. CBS News spoke with Sasha via Skype during the first leg of her expedition in the Russian tundra.
The only people up there are reindeer breeders who use sleds and reindeer.
And it's those reindeer breeders, along with fishermen and farmers, she's come all this way to share the story of the swan's decline.
They want to know, and so I'm able to tell them all of the data, why we know the swans are declining, how much research we've done, and they're really interested in that.
At 35 miles an hour, Sasha can fly just as fast as her feathered subjects. At that rate, the trip will take 3 months. When the birds rest, so does she, often staying with locals along the way.
And I had to sleep on reindeer skins, and I woke up, and I don't know if it was a reaction or dehydration or just exhaustion, but I woke up with a massive puffy face.
If her flight sounds familiar, that's because it is. In the 90s, a similar concept was the inspiration for a major movie production. Dench's flight is not based on the movie, but in a way, she's the Buick Swan's mother goose.
This is just a conservation problem we're causing, and we can fix it. And I think if you share the right information with the right people and ask the right questions, then we have a really good chance of solving it.
A man-made problem one woman is taking to the skies to end. Tom Hansen, Channel 1 News.
What an incredible journey. Thanks, Tom. All right, guys, it's time to wrap it up, but we'll catch you right back here tomorrow.
No running inside. More delicious. That's so much to ask for. No more cupcakes, no more cupcakes, no more cupcakes, no more cupcakes. No more, 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 no more. No more, no more, no more, no more.
Enough about Pinkalicious. To bed now.
Fine, I'm going. Ugh.
Along with Alyssa, Mike, and Iona. And it's Tuesday, October 18th, Day A, National Chocolate Cupcake Day. Cupcakes originated in 1796 when a recipe notation of a cake to be baked in small cups, written in American Cookery by Amelia Simmons. Why not match an episode from Cupcake Wars on the Food Channel Network? And now, would you please rise for the pledge to the flag?
Why not match?
Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may now be seated. Please listen to our morning announcements.
Today's weather, mostly sunny today with a high of 83 degrees. Wow, warmer than yesterday. Crazy. For lunch, breaded fish fillet, brown rice, steamed broccoli. For dessert, chilled peaches, along with your original healthy milk.
Happy birthday to Aaliyah Barul, Kenneth Schenk, and Lizette Cardozo, who celebrate their birthdays today. Let's hear that birthday song.
Happy, happy birthday to you. Happy, happy birthday to you. Will you ring the bell and make your wishes so dear? Happy, happy birthday to you. Happy, happy birthday to you.
Just like you're next. Go.
The library is closed today. I repeat, the library is closed.
Today's Shark announcements. In Shafer Sports. In soccer news, your Sharks defeated Sandburg 4-2 Friday afternoon. Your Sharks came out hard and fought through adversity throughout the game. Scoring for your Sharks were Hunter Shea, Aaron Sanders, Logan Young, and Harsh Purik. Logan took advantage of the active goalie on the Sandburg and ripped a blast from that half over his head to seal the game for your Sharks. Your Sharks are now 4-0 on the season.
In soccer news, your Sharks defeated Bain Monday afternoon 4-2. Aaron Sanders and Tom Camille both had a goal. Brian Gibson had 2 goals, both coming off his left foot. Great defense by Kyle Maloney, Brian Farrell, and Gally McChaka. Dylan Young had a great performance in goal as well. Your Sharks are now 5-0 on the season.
In Lady Shafer Shark news, the girls' field hockey team played their best game yet. The game started with BAME taking out strongest defensive player Alyssa Hampson with a shot in the face. Alyssa Hempsey with a shot in the face. They got us hard when we were down and outscoring 2 goals. We came back with an aggressive offense led by Suzanne Kowalska, Faith Cherry, Emily Lestracco, and Sienna Traumer, Katie Ho, and Gabby Maldonado, who also helped out the girls on defense, scoring, making the game 2-1. Grace Sinkungu and Amber Hollenbach held strong on defense, and Emily McGivern played awesome in goal. It was a tough 3-1 loss, but the girls really played strong. We look forward to our game today against Bristol.
Any student interested in attending the Bucks County Technical High School Tour, it will be on November 10th during school hours. You can ask your homeroom teacher for the permission slip packet. Permission slips and essays are due no later than October 20th. We will not accept late permission slips.
And now here's Mike.
Penny Wars is on this week. What are Penny Wars? Penny Wars are between the academic teams, 8A, 7B, 8A, and 8B, to raise money for Susan G. Komen. During the lunches, there will be containers marked with each team. Each team places pennies in their own jar, and paper money and silver coins in the jars of other groups. Pennies count as positive points, while silver coins and paper money count against a team. For example, $1 counts as negative 100 pennies. The team with the most positive points wins. Let the games begin.
Thank you for supporting in our passionate pink cause to raise money for breast cancer research. Maybe with Penny Wars, we will raise over $1,000. This money will be donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation to fund breast cancer research. Time to go faster.
Bring in the food: peanut butter, pasta, tuna, mac and cheese. Today, we start collecting for our annual canned food event. How does this work? There will be 4 wooden turkeys hanging downstairs located by Mrs. Lobin's room. Each turkey will be marked 7A, 7B, 8A, and 8B. For every 25 cans your team brings in, the turkey will receive a feather. The turkey with the most feathers will win a special treat for their team. The competition is between the academic teams.
Make sure you check your turkey for the first floor on the first floor. The winning team will receive a treat.
P.S. The winning team last year was 7A. This year is 7A is the team to beat.
Attention 8th grade students. If you have family members who has served or is currently serving in the military, please bring in a picture of that loved one so that we can honor him or her at our annual Veterans Day ceremony on November 10th. Please submit this picture to Mrs. Franklin as soon as possible. And don't forget to include the person's name, branch of serve, year served, and location. If you have any questions, please see Mrs. Franklin or Mr. Daka.
Looking for some extra help? Don't forget to stay after school today for homework club. Your teachers are ready to help. And now a special announcement from the Arctic Club.
We represent the Arctic/Garden Club here in Shafer. We help grow healthy food in the back of Shafer Middle School to donate to those in need.
When we cannot grow food, you see us coming around to sell pretzels, always on Wednesdays. All money made support local community organizations in Ben Salem, one called Liberté Hallway House and the other Harvest Food Pantry that can use healthy options.
In addition, cleaning out your closets at home, we are collecting new or gently used shoes to help other community organizations. Flyers in the hall, so if you have any shoes you no longer need and would like to help people who don't have the shoes, please drop them off in room 111 by October 26th.
Still looking for new members? We run the club year-round. See Miss Conlin in room 111 for permission slip.
Well, that concludes the show for today. Make this day an awesome one. Keep it classy, stay beautiful.
There's just one more cupcake. Are you listening to a single word we say? Do you want to turn into a cupcake? Uh-huh.
Do you know the meaning of no? You had enough to bed you go.
Just one more.
Pinkalicious.
That's so much to ask
Pinkalicious.
for. Everyone else seems to get what they want. I love the way they taste.
No running inside.